Oh well. Looks like we're going to have to settle for the treble instead of the quadruple then. FA Cup dreams over. Ozzy's gone to Wembley, his knees have gone all trembly. Not going to be sung again, not this year. There you go. Got to be honest though, what a cracking game that was. If you're an Everton fan or a neutral, you're going to have loved that game. Loads of goals in it, some crap defending, 9 goals. Drama right to the last. Cracking's what the FA Cup's all about. And for me, fair play to Everton. Hope you go on and do really well in the competition. I bear no grudges. I don't think they played too badly. They were clinical, scored their goals, took them really, really well. It's the way it goes, I guess. I don't think I really want to complain too much. Disappointed, obviously, because you really want to be winning those sort of competitions. But I think watching the team play yesterday, I felt that they really were trying to put in a performance, and I do believe that is a message from Jose, that this team is behind me. I haven't lost the dressing room as much as lots of people are saying he has. And listen, I'm not saying he hasn't, because I don't know, but certainly last night the team didn't look like a team that was disjointed or unhappy or not working for the manager. But could all be for show, I guess. I don't know, but you have to take it on face value and think, well, they did all right. Harry scoring a great goal, flying header again, getting a bit of a few of them. You don't see it very often. Yeah, it's great to see a flying header. It's been years since you've seen a decent few of them. Back in the Celeste days, or heaven forbid, Alan Shearer, those sorts of players. Don't really see that kind of play anymore. But for me, it just shows again what Harry Kane's all about. He can do anything, even a flying header, So yeah, fair play. So disappointed, but not absolutely distraught and unhappy about the performance. I think the performance was important. Some obvious raggedy defending, maybe a question mark over Hugo a couple of times. Positioning, strength. Could he have done better a couple of times? I don't know. And to be fair, your goalkeeper is a really difficult position, isn't it? Because you make a mistake, you're punished and made to look the bad guy. Hugo's a great goalkeeper in my opinion, but a couple of occasions there I did, as I was watching the game, I was shouting at my screen, "What are you doing, Hugo?" But that's heat of the moment and stuff like that, and I guess you have to take in an overall balance. So there you go. So no quadruple, no FA Cup this year. We'll have to wait till next year. We are still in a competition that could give us silverware, in the fact that we are in the final. So the year ends in one, so there could still be a trophy, but it's going to be a big old arse now for Jose in terms of what he achieves this year. He has to have a trophy of sorts. Don't think Daniel Levy's going to be too happy with just the League Cup, if I'm honest. I think he'll really, really want us to to do something in the European competition. And the next week or so is going to be really, really clear on what that means. Because if he doesn't progress in that competition, then you're really pushing on top four. And we've seen how that's panning out, with all sorts of teams dropping all sorts of points against all sorts of other different teams, and kind of no one really knowing who's in the driving seat for that. But it seems to be getting further away from us at the moment. That's how it feels. But a couple of wins and a couple of losses for someone else and you're back in the driving seat. So but one surefire way of getting in that Champions League, which is what Levy's going to want, is to win the Europa. So potentially we could be putting all our eggs in one basket very, very soon. If we don't progress in that, then I think end of the season could be a big question mark over Jose. But I'm sure that he will at least want to win something to keep up that record of winning a piece of silverware at every club he's been at. I don't think he'll be happy with just a League Cup. I really don't. But I do think that he felt the FA Cup was in his power. So a bit of a disappointment. But maybe it ends up as a good thing. Maybe it means that he has to push on in the European competition. Maybe it means he has to push on for the top four to be able to maintain his credibility, because it does take a lot of pounding at the moment. You know, you look at other managers that go through dry spells and bad patches, don't seem to get the flack that he does. But then if you give it out, you've got to be able to take it, ain't you? And I'm sure he can. But overall, to sum it up, another disappointing result. But it's not the end of the world, guys. You know, we just have to keep pushing. We just have to keep with the faith. And I know that lots of people are going to say in the comments, Jose's finished, Jose out, and all that kind of stuff. And listen, I'm not disagreeing with anybody. You're all entitled to your opinion. Me personally, if you want to know where I stand, for me personally, do I really love the football that Jose brings to the club? No, not really. It's not that entertaining, and it's not really what made me fall in love with Tottenham. But we have had some dross over the years, you know, to be fair, with no silverware. So if it did bring some silverware, would I be happy? Yes, of course I would take it. But in terms of Jose losing his job and getting the sack, I don't think there's time for that. I don't think it's the right time. I really feel that a period of stability is what's required until we can get whoever we really, really need to get. You know, there's very few managers out there with a better pedigree than Jose. And I know that's all a lot in the past. But, you know, some people are talking about Eddie Howe. You know, to be fair, Eddie Howe, nice guy, decent manager, did a great job at Bournemouth. Didn't do so great at, I think it was Darlington, I think he went to before he came back to Bournemouth. And again, you're back into the realms of project. You know, do we really want to go back through all that again of being a project team? You know, it took Pochettino 5 years to get us to where he got us. Can we stand another 5 years of project? You know, manager changing every other season. I don't know. I really don't. It's such a difficult question. Probably a whole video all on its own about the pros and cons of sticking with a manager, especially one like Jose Mourinho. And I don't know enough about all these other managers that people are talking about to say, yeah, he would be a really good fit for us, or he plays really good for. I've never professed to be a football super brain or a tactician or anything like that. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about his team. So yeah, maybe for another day, have a debate with someone, and we'll see what comes out of that. But at the end of it all, we keep with the faith and we keep on believing. Up the Spurs.